Hey, what's up, nerds? Today we're going to talk about the fastest spells in Magic history. Anybody who's played some vintage Magic or has been around since the beginning will know that I'm talking about interrupts. Interrupts were essentially a faster than instant speed card that resolved before any other spell. You could only respond to interrupts with other interrupts. It was basically a stop whatever you're doing, resolve this now type of card. So interrupts don't exist today because in an effort to simplify the game, make it more accessible to new players, Wizards of the Coast, you know, the company that owns Magic and is currently owned by Hasbro. How do we feel about Hasbro these days? Well, anyway, Wizards decided to eliminate interrupts and make them all instants. This is when the stack was born. Magic the Gathering took those interrupts out with the release of 6th edition back in 1999. While some players initially were unhappy with the change, imagine that, the elimination of interrupts ultimately made the game more streamlined and easier to understand for new players. So what were some of the best interrupt cards? A lot of cards with mana abilities used to actually mention interrupts. If you see the Birds of Paradise here, you go down to the bottom of the card, add 1 mana of any color when you tap it, play this ability as an interrupt. Now I think these things in Magic are just simply called mana effects. I've also got a copy here of the Black Mana Battery. You can see it says the same language about play this ability as an interrupt when you're adding to your mana pool. And those things are just considered mana abilities now, I believe, which are even faster than instants. Is that right? I think so. Anyway, some of the best cards. Well, one of my favorite cards of all time in all its incarnations is Dark Ritual. I'm a fan of black, and Dark Ritual is a great spell to get your black cards out on the table faster. It's a classic. You pay 1 black to add 3 black to your mana pool. Play that on a first turn and things will go well. Well, the most famous interrupts of all are spell countering interrupts, like the Red Elemental Blast, which you can use to counter a target blue spell or destroy a blue permanent. Blue had its own to counter a red spell or destroy a red permanent. Both are interrupts, back from 4th edition. And of course, the granddaddy of them all, Counterspell, simply 2 blue to counter a target spell as an interrupt. And everybody loves that Force of Will. As an interrupt, you can pay a life and take a blue card from your hand and exile it, and you can counter a target spell. So it allows you to even play that without any mana at your disposal. How did these interrupts work when compared to instants? Let's take a look at the timing of things back when interrupts were part of the game. So here I have a pirate ship. The pirate ship, not a great creature in my opinion, but anyway, it's a 4/3. You can't attack if the defending player controls no islands, but I can sure zap my opponent every turn or zap one of his creatures for 1 point of damage if I tap my pirate ship. It's been annoying my opponent. So my opponent decides that they're going to cast a lightning bolt on it. That lightning bolt, which deals 3 damage, and the toughness of my pirate ship is 3, would take my pirate ship off the board. But I decide to interrupt that lightning bolt with a blue elemental blast, which counters a target red spell or destroy target red permanent. My opponent has no answer to that. Lightning bolt is canceled, fizzles out, pirate ship still exists. Okay, that's one way this could have gone. This time my opponent gets smart and is like, well, my lightning bolt didn't work because you interrupted it, so I'm going to play a red elemental blast, which allows me to counter target blue spell or destroy target blue permanent. It's an interrupt. The only thing that I could use to stop that interrupt would be another interrupt. Well, I'm going to play an interrupt. I'm going to interrupt that spell, and I'm going to play Deathlace, changing the color of the pirate ship to black. The only thing that can interrupt is an interrupt, so the pirate ship is now black. When the red elemental blast resolves, it doesn't work because the pirate ship is no longer a blue card. Confusing? I don't know. But evidently this is why they changed the rule.
a tough guy. Tough guys don't do math. Tough guys deep fried chicken for a living.
Here's one final example. Let's just cut to the chase. The pirate ship is still out there, annoying my opponent. They decide they're going to just red elemental blast it. It's another interrupt. And I'm going to play the classic counterspell, which interrupts the interrupt. So the red elemental blast is gone, and my pirate ship is still here. Good old pirate ship. Really all I got today, guys. Take care. Have an amazing week. Thanks for watching, and have fun. Know that I'm for new players. Anyway, I'm going to edit the shit out of this.